What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we're at the end. We're at the end of the arguments of the trial. So I want to talk very briefly about the couple hours that we got today, mainly focusing, of course, on Amber and Camille's cross of Amber. And then I'll quickly talk about what's to come in terms of what the jury is going to be doing and stuff like that. But one thing I do quickly want to say, I'm most likely going to be live streaming tonight. So I know, normally I put advertisements towards the end, but make sure if you guys like this, you like it, subscribe, all that stuff. Tonight, I'll be live streaming. We'll just kind of talk about the trial, and then that'll go into tomorrow. There will be a video tomorrow after closing arguments, and then it's a wait and see thing. So you know what? Maybe let's talk about that first. One thing, if you guys didn't watch the trial today, that we now know, it's solidified information. So tomorrow, everybody shows up at 9. I believe the juror instructions take close to an hour to read. So that's 1 hour burned, okay? Now you have to do the closing arguments, and it's 2 hours each side. Remember, the time left on the clocks is now gone. There is no time. Now they have 2 hours. There is technically a timer on that, but how Johnny's team has like 6 hours left. That doesn't count. So they each have 2 hours to do the closing argument. So that's 4. So you got 4 hours plus the juror instructions, which could be close to an hour. So 5. You also have lunch, which you assume happens. Now the jury goes back and they deliberate. Now what the judge said that was very interesting is you deliberate as long as you want to go. There will not be dinner served. So, if you're hungry and stuff, like you go up until you're hungry or whatever, and then you leave Friday night. You don't come back Saturday. You don't come back Sunday. You don't come back Monday. You come back Tuesday morning at 9, and you go. You go until, and if you need to go to Wednesday, you go to Wednesday. If you need to go to Thursday, you go to Thursday. I don't know if Thursday's the cutoff, but, that is the way it goes. Now, I can't imagine this goes very long, but also I'm pretty worried. Now, I don't think it's happening tomorrow because you think, okay, court is only like a 7-8 hour day in terms of the entirety of how long they go on a normal day. You're gonna burn up 5-6 hours of that before so they may be able to deliberate for like 2 hours. They may be able to talk to each other, go over for like 2 hours. Maybe longer if they go past dinner. Maybe they think they can get a quick verdict out, so maybe they can do it. Like if in 3 hours, they decide, hey, she's a lying moron, and we're just going to award Johnny the win. Like they could, I assume that's very possible, but I just don't know. And at this point, now, if they don't do it Friday, then they go, obviously, and they come back, which was my original theory was what's going to happen. Then everybody said it was the opposite. I went into it, and actually, I was right from the very beginning. So they go back Tuesday because you skip Monday because of Memorial Day. So I would imagine at worst, Tuesday we get the verdict. At best, Friday night, maybe around dinner time, their time, we get the verdict. So that's that. Now, again, there'll be videos, there'll be live streams. We'll, obviously I'm going to be focusing on it quite a bit. As for today, Amber's case, leaving it off on Amber, is probably the worst strategy. Like, for those that thought, and again, like, this is where I would love to bring this up. For those that thought that Johnny's cross-examination maybe hurt him, I'd love to hear what leaving it on Amber. So they didn't have any time left at that point, right? They used it on Hughes. They used it on the doctor before. So they're using it up on everybody else. They used it on the guy to discredit, what was Norman? Was that? No, it was a more nerdy name than that. Whatever the guy's name was that did the metadata, right? The EXIF data. So they used it on that. They used it on Hughes. And then you get to Amber, and they really didn't have, any time left. So the direct of her was sad. Literally, it was, she was trying to be sad. Everything was trying to be sad. But to me, it comes across, again, if you're paying attention, that's the theme of these videos, right? If you pay attention, it comes across horrible because Amber's thing that she's trying to get across to everybody is, look at how they've been treating me. Look at how the world has been treating me. They hate me. And yes, obviously you're trying to get that into their heads that it's like, this is a huge smear campaign, right? But at the end of the day, you can also look at it and say, well, maybe there's a reason why everybody hates you, Amber. At a certain point, if the courtroom hates you, if people outside hate you, if everybody writing about you online, if just everybody in the world doesn't like you, maybe you're the problem. And so I think it's a pretty big risk for Amber and she has done this. She's gone back to that point multiple times. I think you need to be careful because if you're not, which she's not, if you're not careful, you're making it because the jury is not supposed to see. They're not supposed to go on TikTok. They're not supposed to go on Twitter, YouTube to see what everybody is saying. But if you keep telling them that nobody likes her and everybody's agreeing with him, and then you, of course, couple it with what Camille did. Brilliant. I mean, we'll talk about that in a second. But you couple it with a couple other things, and suddenly you have, well, maybe you're the issue. Maybe it's not her, or maybe it's not them. It's you. So, and then coupling it, let's talk about Camille. So Camille, I mean, I agree with, I was watching Nick Rekieta's stream. The idea that Camille genuinely, I think, doesn't like Amber, and genuinely Johnny's side feels like an actual family. It feels like some sort of, camaraderie. Like it really comes across like that to me, where these people are friends. These people are together. And you do not get the same vibe from Amber's side. So when Camille goes up there and you can hear kind of the emotion and the anger, honestly, the anger in her voice, that's pure genuine, because these people know that Amber's a demon. These people have seen everything besides, by the way, just what was shown. Remember, there's audio tapes of Amber admitting to cutting off his finger, and even the Dr. Kipper saying she's experiencing guilt. She's admitting to, we have the audio that says that Amber did it. You can't bring that up because it's a third party, because Kipper's in it, right? So, but they've seen all this. They know she's the bad one here. So, and you can feel that. So in Camille, here's the strategy Camille played, which people wanted her to play this the first time around, and she did to an extent, but this time she really nailed it. Everyone is a liar but you. You talk about Hicksville. We had the manager, the founder of Hicksville, this palace, come in, and he blew up your story. And she said, I never recognized the guy. Oh, so he wasn't the manager. He wasn't there that night. So he lied. Not only did he lie, but he lied under penalty of perjury. So it's a serious issue if he lied. And you're telling me he lied? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. All right. So let's go to somebody. And you just keep nailing her. And that's the TMZ. So you're telling me TMZ lied? Yes. So everybody's lying. And again, the tough thing with Amber that she keeps focusing on, that I really think is a bad strategy, she kept saying, I've experienced these people coming out of the woodwork to defend Johnny. So Kate Moss is also a liar. She came out of the woodwork to protect him and lie about the story. What are you talking? So when you do that, again, coupling it with her theme earlier, not only is there a smear campaign, a hate campaign against her, but it's basically a big hoax. They're all framing her. So it's all of them versus her. She's the only one telling the truth. They're all liars. But the issue is her stories don't match with herself. Her stories don't match with anybody else. All of his witnesses are clean. They're good. He has an unlimited amount of people that would come to do this. Her people are the smear artists, Dawn Hughes, right? Just being a biased feminist, whatever you want to call her. That's how it worked. So you rest on, TMZ, well, they lied. Oh, well, this guy, he lied. Was it Ben King? Oh, he lied. So they all lied for Johnny under oath, where the penalty is pretty big. They all lied, and only you, Amber, are telling the truth, even though sometimes you don't tell the truth because you contradict your own stories. You use and here's the next part, using the same picture. I can't believe they caught that. I mean, that was... obviously they focused on her face a lot. They used the metadata expert to do the face, but then also focusing on the wine. Now, one thing I do think they missed is it wasn't wine. There's a cup. The cup that Amber used to block her TMZ one. Remember that cup she was drinking from? That cup has also been strategically in multiple pictures of incidents. It's on the ground in some wine thing. She used it to block. I think it's in the picture with the skull and bones or whatever, the box that she says Johnny used to carry stuff, right? And the staged picture. That cup is everywhere. So I wish they would have pulled that, just where it's that's kind of odd that your cup just seems to be everywhere. It always needs to be in the picture. But I'm very happy they got. So here's the deal. You said that this incident with this wine bottle on the ground with wine, you said this happened in December. Then you used the exact same picture, only you zoomed out a little bit, and you used it for a different incident that following May. 2 different incidents that you testified the validity of. You said they're true, and you gave stories for both, and you used the same picture, one zoomed out slightly more than the other, but it's the exact same picture, you use those two of the same to talk about two different incidents. And that is about as killer as humanly possible. And the rebuttal, or I guess the redirect by Rottenborn, the idea is like, well, why doesn't it matter? And then Amber's saying, well, there were so many incidents, but you testified to the stories on those days. That's what Rottenborn's redirect doesn't get at, and it doesn't help at all, because your team set up a circumstance, or you did with your team, set up an incident on December 15th. Then you introduced a picture to show it, and you talked about the picture. Then you talked about a different incident on May 2016. You talked about it. You said it's true. You added the picture, and you talked about the picture with that event because that picture was the event. And sadly, it was the same picture. And then she said, well, it's in an echo chamber. I can't tell. The metadata has been blocked. If you just show the metadata, and then Camille was like, we didn't block it. It was her team that blocked the metadata. And it's like, what do you want? Well, and this is a common theme. Oh, I have all the pictures. Oh, but if they haven't been shown, it must be my team that's not showing them, because I'm an open book. Ask me anything. Those, I don't think they work. I don't think they work at all. So obviously today was it was something. It was truly something. But ending on Amber, I think just the optics of it is automatically bad, right? Because ending on Johnny obviously was probably close to the plan that they wanted. So you could say, well, why is it different? Well, like, ending on Amber and getting sledgehammered, which is Camille took her to town. Camille, I think, did almost a better job here than she did. Equally perfect, okay? Camille is the best one of the entire. I mean, it's not even close that Camille is the best one of both sides in terms of talent level in the art of being a lawyer, right? It just is what it is. But she did such a good job, and Amber's side needs to know that that's going to happen, right? So they switch. Like, Elaine didn't do this, Rottenborn did. So a slightly more, person that's in there, like they actually have a brain, right? So he's a little bit more competent. So he goes up there. He doesn't have a lot of time, so he does a sob story. Amber talks about how she gets death threats every day. Well, I'd love to see them because you keep saying it, but you don't show it. So you can just keep talking, I guess. So you don't have any time left, so you focus on emotion. Camille comes in, murders you, and then you do a redirect that's maybe like 2 minutes long, and then you're done. And that is probably not the way you'd like to end things. You know what I mean? It's maybe the way their PR team wants to end things, because, of course, they're going to get the quotes from her. They're going to put it on People magazine, or, what. I mean, there's so many of the exact same websites that they, post literally word for word the smear stuff actually from Amber, not from Johnny. So I don't think you want to end the day like that. So regardless, justice for Johnny Depp. He's innocent. She's the abuser. I mean, I could say all these hot words, all these keywords in this video, but no, we'll talk about it. Again, I'm going to do a live stream later tonight. We'll talk about kind of my emotion of this whole thing. If he wins, if he loses, how I'm going to feel. And we'll talk about it, I'm sure, in videos as well. So tonight, live stream. Tomorrow, after closing arguments and the jury goes, I'll do a video on the closing arguments, and then we wait. I'd like to live stream tomorrow, but we'll see. I think I probably still will. But, when the verdict comes in, I will talk, we'll talk about it probably immediately in a live stream, or maybe a video, maybe even both. There's going to be a lot of content. I don't want to keep you guys here too long. Last thing to say, though, thank you so much. I mean, the support for these videos, I know, and the comments that I see from you guys saying, like, you love my, just the way kind of I talk and I kind of break things down. And it's not the same as, like, lawyers, because I'm just not a lawyer. I super appreciate it. I do. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. It's been fun in a way. It's also been pretty stressful and, and quite something because of this case and the ramifications. But thank you so much for the support. I hope to see you guys in future videos. I hope to see you guys in the live stream. And we're not done, because the verdict still has to come in. And I'll either flip out or we'll throw a party. One of the two things that could happen. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching. And I hope to see you all on the next video.